Welcome to the proposal onboarding and management session. So today we're going to talk about specifically the agreement that we sign with potential SEO customers, how we then onboard them into the system, and what's the timeline and what's happening after we actually onboarded and launch a campaign. This session is a quick overview of the different steps, and then we're going to dive into each and every step in depth in the following sessions. So there are main three steps. First is proposal and agreement, which is pretty obvious, right? We have one document that details the proposed keywords, includes all the service terms, responsibilities, and everything. We're going to deep dive into that. And basically, the client signs that, and that is the proposal and the agreement. All the documents that I'm going to show you in this presentation and did in all sessions can be downloaded from the download chapter, download section of the relevant chapter. So in this example, we're talking about the onboarding and management chapter in your training area. It has a download tab from which you can download this template agreement. Obviously, as part of the proposal, you might need to consult with GB in regards to keywords. Consultation via email only, and it goes to SEO team at greenbananaseo.com, and you should include the website that you want to find keywords for, client suggested keywords, i.e. after you talk with a client, what kind of keywords they think it should be ranked on. This is super important. You need to get that, it could be an edge case that the client doesn't know, but dig deep and find out what the client thinks and maybe what the client competitors are that are already ranking well, and he wants to basically, be on the first page with. So those two sections that we're going to dive deep into are the proposal and the agreement sections. After that is signed, there's basically the onboarding step. The onboarding step is divided into two main steps. One is setting up an account. You do that via the members area. I'm going to show it to you when we do a session specifically on this. It's very easy. You go to the members area, contact section, you create a contact, and after that you create a PPR SEO campaign for that. I'm going to show you, and that information is delivered via API directly to the Green Banana SEO team. Following that step, still in the onboarding, larger step of getting this campaign on launched is setting the payment details and sales information to GB. So if you want GB to do the retail processing for you, meaning let's say you agreed with the client, it's $750 per 12 keywords, and you want GB to basically bill the client every month, and then they send the money to us and we send the money to you minus the $275 plus $49 a month for every 12 keywords, then you will include that in addition to the payment information. We're using a system called Send Inc., which is a secured encrypted system to send super sensitive information such as billing information or even medical information, and we're going to get into that. We also have a cheat sheet for you with all the information that you need to include when sending this email. Last but not least is actually after we onboarded the customer, that's it. The campaign is on the is launched, and you guys are basically going into just taking a step back. GB's coming in, starting to do fulfillment, communicating with the client. So we're going to talk about exactly how those steps are going to work. What is the timeline? What happened after a sale has been done, both from you guys, from the member side, and mainly from the client side, because client expectation is the most important thing. Once we align expectations with the client, we'll have less issues, less complaints, and obviously less support requests and reach out to you and maybe Green Banana in regards to the service. And that's very important because Green Banana provides us very low pricing, and the ability to provide very low pricing is dependent on the ability to manage a large amount of operations with very little back and forth communication between all the parties concerned. So we're going to talk about that. And that's basically, it's not really an onboarding step, right? The client has already been onboarded, but it's a very important completing step to align expectations with the customer. And this information also is included in the client agreement. So without further ado, let's get into each one of these sections. See you on the next session. Hi everybody, and welcome to our session about result-based SEO service proposal and agreement. In this session, we're going to review how we make a proposal, what the agreement terms are, and basically have you ready to go and sign up clients. Obviously, this can be done face-to-face, via email, in any way that you see fit. So let's start with first things first. I'm going to go page by page, and in each page I'm going to read through some important information that I think you guys should be aware of. You should read the entire agreement, obviously. And in addition to that, I'm going to mention some sections that I think you need to replace specifically. Okay, so this is the cover page. The cover page is basically the page representing you. So you need to add your member's trade name. By trade name, I mean some of you have companies. Those companies have names. Some of you do not have companies, but you do have a brand name, a logo. For example, Itamar Digital Marketing Services is not a company, but it can definitely be my trade name. So you need some sort of trade name. As suggested in previous sessions, I highly recommend creating some sort of logo, even if it's generic. It creates a social proof and it always helps the customer say, oh, this is a legitimate business. It's not a must, but it's a good idea. It really costs you $0 or just a few bucks. This is result-based SEO service proposal and agreement, and the date of the agreement. Obviously, you can change the design any way that you want. We added a design that fits the design of your website and the design of the additional marketing collateral that we provide you in this program. For example, your client-facing case studies, your client-facing sales deck, all of them have the same type of design. So you can use this design or basically white label this any way you want. Second page is basically an About Us page. We took the information from Green Banana initial proposal page and made it white label. As we said, for those members who go through the certification test, they can basically own the representation of the information provided by Green Banana. We suggest that you do say you're a certified Green Banana SEO and umbrella partner, or at least a certified Green Banana SEO partner, to kind of start the alignment of expectations between you and the client in this stage. You can change the About Us any way you want. Some of you I know have agencies going back 25 years or more, have a lot of social proof, have a lot of information that you want to share with a client. Add that here. This is the About Us page. Next, we're moving into the proposal section. Not the agreement yet, but the proposal. So the proposal includes keyword phrases. You don't have to say if it's highly competitive or not highly competitive. You can get that information from Green Banana, but it's not a must. Location, whether it's a national or local campaign. Now you can add 10, 20, 30 keywords, how many keywords that you want for the proposal. As you know, and we're talking about it in the sales training, we suggest starting with a proposal that includes at least 20 keywords, if not 30, and then downselling into 10 if you must. If you want to consult with Green Banana about potential keywords, then you can email them at SEO team at greenbananaseo.com. Okay, just say, hi Green Banana, this is Itamar from the USEO program. I need to consult about keywords, and you need to provide them, you must provide them with the website that you want to consult about. Client suggested keywords. I wrote if any because some clients may not have an idea, but I really expect from you guys to dig deep into the customers. Otherwise, you can go back and forth a few times and it could be irritating for everybody. So first have a conversation with the client, try to understand what keywords they think they need to be ranked on, and to understand what keywords, just tell them what are your top services, right? For example, tick spray, Buffalo. If you remember one of the case studies that we show, they provide that service. Obviously, a different service could be we sell golf shirts, and then golf shirts, Buffalo, for example, would be a mandatory word for them, and so on and so forth, having that conversation with the client, and then coming up with suggested keywords from the client and sending Green Banana the website, the client suggested keywords, and ask the client as well, and they probably know, do you have any competitor already ranking on the first page that you think you should rank on the same type of keywords? That makes life very easy for Green Banana because they can go to that competitor website and they have the tools to kind of understand what kind of key phrases they're using and promoting. Okay, and that also makes life pretty easy for the client themselves, because even if they don't know how to articulate what keywords they need to be on for the first page, they definitely, or they usually know the competitors that are ranking well on Google. So that's another important step. Now let's get back to the document. As you notice, this document, as we said, is a proposal, but it's also an agreement. So you'll see throughout this proposal agreement, in different sections, we have client acknowledgement, date, and signature. All of these are very important for an SEO campaign, because in an SEO campaign you work very, very hard to promote a specific key phrase. It's content, it's backlinks, it's changing the website, it's working with code, it's schema, it's a lot of things that we already went through. Now, the client can come after a month or two and say, no, I actually meant something else. Can't be. The client needs to understand these are the keywords, okay? And obviously, after some consultation, you put those keywords in this section, and those will be the keywords for the proposal and the agreement. Now you have a rundown of the fee schedule. It's basically an overview of different services that might be included in the campaign, and I'm saying might be included in the campaign because basically we provide result-based SEO, and our aim is to get you on the first page of Google, and we can get you on the first page of Google with doing half of what is written here. That's what we're going to do, right? So this is the description of the services rendered. This is the cost and budget. There is obviously a $49 per month for 12 months setup fee, which is not result based. And then we have paper result, page one ranking as indicated in the keyword pricing table below. And here we basically need to have you guys fill out the keyword amount and the related price that you agreed with the client. In this example, we have basically $550 per month for every 10 keywords, starting from keyword 1 to 10 to keyword 31 and 40. And obviously tell the client they will never be billed $2,200 if we just rank under 10 keywords. This is incremental, right? So we need to rank the first 10 keywords to actually move on to the second tier pricing with the keyword 11th to 20th. Right, so for the first 10 keywords, they're going to be charged $550, whether it's 2 keyword ranked or 10. Only from the 11th keyword will they go up to the second tier. So they're hedged, and they shouldn't worry, because if we got to the second tier, it means we did an excellent, perfect job. We got 10 out of 10 on the first page. If we reach the third tier, it means we did a perfect job. We got 20 out of 20 on the first page, and so on and so forth. And whatever you agreed for additional phrases that's in the category are $550 per 10, or you can say, you can delete this and say, there is only an agreement between 1 and 40 keywords, and that's it. And obviously they need to acknowledge and sign on the pricing and terms as well. Now we're getting into the service agreement. So the service agreement, we need to first focus on the first section. The first section basically details that this is an agreement between you and the client. So you need to add your information and the client information. The client information is basically marked as client business name, corporation, right? Whether it's a Philadelphia corporation, a Boston corporation, usually, it's a state, so a Texas corporation, Delaware corporation, so on and so forth. Not super important, doesn't need to say which type of corporation it is, but with a principal place of business at client address, this is important. And member trade names. So for example, if you have a company, an LLC, an S Corp, add that. If you don't, if you're just a person providing, rendering the business, add the trade name that you chose for yourself and your personal name, delete corporation, and your place of principal place of work, basically where you're located, and it's contracted third-party providers needed to deliver the services. Okay? Now, this is important. This line basically represents Green Banana. Okay? This line. And it's contracted third-party provider needed to deliver the services. That's included third-party provider, which is in this case only Green Banana for you guys, is basically included as company. Depending on what you usually do with vendors, how you want to white label this, if you want to mention them, not mention them, you might want to tweak this line. And we cannot provide any legal advice, nor is this so much of a legal issue, but more as the terms of what you want to do. So if you want to have this agreement represent the default that we suggest, which is basically you having an agreement with the client because it's your client and giving the client the service from Green Banana, keep it as is. Okay? Now, here we have the client obligations. So the client obligation to provide the keyword and finalize the keyword within 10 business days of signing this agreement. But obviously we want to finalize it in the proposal itself. Keyword phrase integrated content, the content, if the client has content. If they don't have content, Green Banana will come and provide content to do that SEO campaign. But if they do have content, which really helps and can provide results much faster, they have to deliver the content as fast as possible and within the first 45 days of the keyword phrase and approval stage. Okay? That's very important. And the go live date, will go into what is the go live date, when it happens, and everything post onboarding in a follow-up session that is dedicated to the post onboarding section, and we'll get into that. Then we have any client additional text, graphic, content that they need to provide for the use of the client website. They need to include that, obviously, before we can start the campaign, and FTP or admin access, which we must have on signature because you need that information to send to GB so they can onboard the client. If they do not have access to the website admin, meaning the ability to add, change pages, text, and so on on the client website via its FTP, maybe it's a back end on their WordPress or Wix or Weebly website. If Green Banana doesn't have that, they basically can't do anything. Okay, this is on terms of the content delivery and acceptance. Okay, basically when will the client receive the information that they're starting the campaign, and how that process will come into place. But we also have a more detailed section for that. Additional service agreement information that you guys are aware of. Company may assist in determining the keywords. Company will modify the content of the client website. This is very important. The client needs to understand that. Now, regarding modifying the client website, so some clients may have concerns of, hey, you know, I have 4 or 5 pages on my website which I dedicated a lot of time to. Do you want to now dissect those websites and those pages and create 30 pages on my website? So the clear answer is no. The pages, the content pages that Green Banana creates are exposed to search engines. They exist in the sitemap and link silo, but they're not part of the website menu. So let's say, for example, if the website has a menu that has 5 pages: About Us, Services, Products, Case Studies, and Contact Us page, 5 pages on the menu, and Green Banana creates an additional 30 pages, those pages will not be seen going into the website and looking at the navigation bar. They can only be found by the search engines. So from a visual perspective and from a customer experience perspective, the website stays exactly the same. So this is the fact that the company will check the ranking. It goes into the billing, so this is important, and we check ranking only on Google. The company may in its own discretion and with no prior notice to the client use a third-party billing company to process its client accounts. For example, it mentions that we're using Green Banana, and Green Banana, might be using a third party to bill the account. But basically, this section means that either you, the member, or Green Banana will bill the client. The company may employ third-party service providers at no additional cost to the client to deliver the services. This is again Green Banana. Company will be using Green Banana SEO to deliver the services. This is a very strong statement. Again, if you're going with the default suggested process for this program of how to use Green Banana, I suggest you keep this section. If you want to go completely white label and pretty much hide Green Banana and basically have all the communication between you and Green Banana, not even including the client in the direct communication and fulfillment, basically doing the fulfillment with Green Banana and hiding the client completely from Green Banana, obviously you should remove this section. Okay? This section describes the search engine method, which is local. So for example, Boston product design, meaning everything is geolocated. This is a local SEO campaign and not a national one. Company may be adding landing pages to the website, and they will be linked to the sitemap, as I mentioned. Exclusions, this is basically a section describing the fact that SEO services are the only services included in this agreement. To remove any thoughts, ideas, misunderstandings about potentially from the client thinking SEO includes pay-per-click, those ads you see on Google, and the client might think that's included in that campaign. So no, it's not. Again, the client needs to have his initials here. Terms of payment. These terms of payments are the terms of payments that we already went through, the terms of payments that you guys have signed up in this program. You need to play with the terms of payments if basically you're playing more with the terms of payments, not here. The section where you can play with them a little bit is here, where you can decide if you want to provide them 1 to 10 keywords or 1 to 12 keywords, right? Otherwise, all the other terms are pretty much the same terms as agreed on. All these agreements are 12-month agreement, okay? Starting at the initial terms is 12-month. This agreement can be terminated if the client if the company has failed to achieve page 1 ranking for at least 2 keyword phrases as detailed in this agreement within 2 months from the effective date, right? That's the exit point. The initial setup fee must accompany this agreement, i.e. this campaign will not start without having payment details and without charging the client the initial $49 of the first month of the setup fee. And setup fee is only refundable if within 12 months, the $49 a month are only refundable if within the 12-month agreement the client has not been ranked even on 1 keyword. Client will be invoiced once a month on the 15th each month beginning on the first full billing cycle after executing this agreement. On execution of this agreement, client will provide client's credit card detail information. This is of course very important, and the credit card detail information will be the one on file. Now guys, for those of you who might be white labeling this completely and want to provide the credit card of your company to be on file for Green Banana to basically charge you the wholesale price, and you will bill your client any amount that you want, that's completely okay. Okay, just make sure that credit card is billable. It's not expiring anytime soon. It has the cash on it because you don't want to get into any issues with Green Banana on that. And obviously, we suggest that you bill the client if you are providing Green Banana with your credit card details and Green Banana is billing you on the 15th, we suggest you bill the client sooner. Always better not to be, Always better to get the money first and pay later than the other way around. For services rendered to the client in excess of $1,500 a month. So some clients that you're going to onboard are going to be a little bigger clients, or they're going to get bigger as they go to the 30, 40 keyword mark, and they might say, hey, I don't want to pay $1,500, $3,000, $5,000 via my credit card. I want to pay it via a wire transfer. I want to pay it via ACH. Okay, that's doable even via Green Banana. Okay, but it's only for clients in excess of $1,500. Okay, so Green Banana in those cases will set an invoice, and that invoice needs to be paid within 30 days via wire or ACH. No paper checks. Okay, this is late payment penalty and termination. Okay, this agreement may not be terminated by other parties at any time during the initial 12 months of the term, except that the company may terminate if client fails to make full payment when due or any invoice, if the client fails to provide SEO content within the first 45 days of the final keyword phrase approval, if the client fails to provide timely go live date approval. So basically, if the client doesn't provide the information we need to get started, we can terminate the account. This agreement can be terminated by the client if the company has failed to achieve page 1 ranking for at least 2 keyword phrases as detailed in this agreement within the 6 month from the effective date, which we mentioned already. This agreement may be terminated by either party after the initial term, meaning after the 12 months for any reason within 30 days notice. Wording and indemnification, you need to go through this. And this is the client read and understand this warranty and indemnification. Again, this is another warranty clause section that you need to read through, and again, the client needs to approve. This is a non-guarantee disclaimer section that the client needs to approve. Site release policy: once the site goes live and is under control of the client, company is not responsible for the website. Again, saying basically Green Banana is responsible for the SEO campaign, but it's not responsible for the website. So the website, if the website needs to go through some modification, let's say updating of content, additional pages that the clients need to add, obviously Green Banana does not provide these sort of services as part of the SEO campaign. The client needs to take care of their own website, including any domain payments, hosting, and so on and so forth. I think this is completely understandable, but since this agreement is benchmarked on the agreement Green Banana is signing with the end clients, I assume they saw a few cases after providing hundreds and thousands maybe of businesses with SEO campaigns. They already know the edge cases, so this is another one. Miscellaneous, go through that. This is basically additional edge cases in a situation where something goes wrong, so exclusive remedy, if somebody breaches the obligations, liquidation and damages, force majeure, i.e. if an act of God or something like terrorist attack or strike happens that not the client or the company can obviously do anything about, then that's not included in not meeting the terms of this agreement. Waiver, entire agreement. This agreement obviously constitutes as the entire agreement. Nothing that was said before or after verbally that contradicts this agreement. This agreement beats everything. This is the agreement. And notice of law and venue. This agreement is for the federal courts of Boston, Massachusetts. Now you may change this, okay, because this agreement is not between Green Banana and the client. You own the client. This is your client. You can sell them anything that you want. You can build them anything that you want. It's your client, so this agreement is between you and your client. I would suggest changing the court from Boston to actually where you are located, so it will be convenient for you. Client has read and understand and warrant this warranty and indemnification, and again signing initials. This is a full signature page where you need to have the client information, contact decision maker information, that's the person you're going to work with, client information, your information, the company, your name, your email, your business name, address, phone number, and email, and obviously double click here and add your domain and your email. Changing it once will change it throughout the document. Valid credit card is mandatory. Obviously, this is not done face to face. Don't let anybody send you credit card details via email. Take those credit card details on the phone or use yourself. Tell the client to open a sending. I think that's a little bit convoluted. You can do that, but obviously you can just ask that information over the phone. This is a timeline from onboarding to seeing results section, which is basically the aligning expectation post onboarding section. We will go through that on a dedicated session, okay, because I want to divide some time just for the post-purchase, post-onboarding, starting campaign section. This document is actually the beginning of the onboarding process, right? We're just making a proposal, signing the agreement. This is step number one. So this was step number one. We have met, we have communicated with the client, we have discussed keywords with the client, we have maybe consulted with Green Banana about the keywords, we have then send this agreement to the client have signed this agreement, and that was step one. And now we're going into step two, which is actually onboarding of the client. See you on the next session. Onboarding, payment details, and sales info. So we just went through the onboarding process of creating an account. So great. So we have our first stage, which is signing an agreement. Done. We signed an agreement with the client. Our second stage of adding some information from that agreement into the onboarding form in the members area and technically onboarding the client into Green Banana. Step two, done as well. That's a short step, 5-6 minutes. Step three, which is also very short, is providing Green Banana with the billing information. Okay? Billing information, payment information, meaning A, the credit card information that needs to be on file. This is why we're using a secure service called Send Inc., which I'm going to show you in a second. B, we also need to provide the Green Banana team with the retail price to charge that card, whether we want them to charge the end client and then we provide them the end client card and the retail price that we agreed with the end client, for example, $550 for 10 keywords, or we want Green Banana to charge us, the members, wholesale prices, so and we will charge the client the retail price. So in that situation, we will of course tell Green Banana to charge us the minimum on that card, which is $275 per 12 keywords. So that's it. Now let's go through how we actually do that. Let's go into Send Inc. service, and also we have a document that you can download from this section that details the exact information that you need to include in this email and also the email address that you need to send it to. Okay, so I'm going into that document and also opening Send Inc. So Send Inc. is an encrypted email service. They have compliance with PCI DDS, which is what we need, which is the payment details. But by the way, you can also send HIPAA information, which is sensitive medical information, and it's a cool service that you can do with a lot of things that you need to send a secure email through. Now, you can open a mailbox for free on Send Inc., and that's exactly what you should do. You should create an account on Send Inc. Once you create an account, like I have, my account is also free, you'll see a simple email interface like this. Now, take into consideration that you do not have access to emails that you sent in the past from this mailbox, okay? You do not have access to what we call sent items. So I suggest you always CC yourself when you send an email. Let's see how that goes, okay? You have copy me, okay, and that basically CCs you on this email. You go to this document And the first step in the document is actually the who to send address, right? So this is the address in Green Banana to which we need to send the information. Second is the subject line. So this is a template, USCO campaign details, client name. That needs to be your client name. So in this example, I'm just going to use Itamar SEO test like we did in the onboarding example. Okay? Second is the actual message. So I'm just going to copy this, okay, and fill in the details. So hi GB team, we onboarded the following client via Umbrella. Please see billing details below. Business info, so business name, again, as sent in the API. We need the business name and website here because they need to cross-reference between this information they're getting from sending and the information delivered via the API. Okay, so we're using the email record and the name record to verify and correlate both accounts. So use the same business name as you did when onboarding via the members area. Okay. Test, and use the same business site as you did when onboarding via the members area. So, and I suggest basically, guys, once you sign the agreement with the client, all the information that you copy into the members area onboarding and all the information, and so you copy everything from that agreement. The information you add to the onboarding section in the members area and the information you're adding to the Send Inc. email. Take everything, copy paste from the agreement so there will be no mistakes. And business website, which was www.umbrellaus.com. Agreement billing retail. This goes into the agreement that you had with the client. Now again, if you want Green Banana, if the credit card you're providing to put on file is of the end client, like your client, then add the retail prices you agreed with the client as they are detailed in the signed agreement. So for example, let's say you decided $550 for each of these tiers. $550 for keywords 1 to 10, additional $550 for keywords 11 to 20, additional $550 for keywords 21 to 30. Okay? Excuse me. This should say additional. So those are the numbers. Now let's say that you want that the credit card you're providing on file is your credit card and you want Green Banana to bill you and you want to bill the customer yourself via your own merchant account. So instead of that, you just put here the minimum, which is obviously $275. Okay? Now, billing details. This is basically the credit card details, card type, whatever it is, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, card number 455, again, whatever the number is, expiration date, month, year, CVC number, usually on the back end of the card. If it's an Amex card, also include the 4 letters in the front. So let's say 666. No, that's no good. 444. Card holder, first name, Tamar, second name, test, address, city, zip of the card holder, right? This is card related. So address, city, zip, state of the card holder, whatever. That information is included as the information you need to take from them in the agreement. So address, city, state of the card holder. So in this example, I'm just going to use office address and phone number and comments if you have any. you shouldn't have any, but if you have any specific comments you would like Green Banana to know about the billing, about the person, about whatever you want to do, that's the way to do it. Now, guys, let's say, for example, you want to update the credit card. For some reason, 2, 3, 4 months from now, you either switch between your credit card and the client, or the client needs to update their credit card. Again, you're using the same method of delivery. The difference is you need to change this subject line to SEO campaign details, Itamar SEO test, update CC info. Okay, important. And in the GB team, you say, "Hi GB team, we need to update the CC information for the following account as detailed below." Also, this appears in the document we're providing you, so you can copy paste if you need to update. And basically, you need to go through the same update. You can't change billing, so this goes away. Business info you still need so they can verify. Billing details, this is the detail information of the new credit card. And comments, and again, in both emails, remember to add your name, your email, and phone number if for some reason they need to reach out to you. Once done, you click Send Secure. Message sent successfully. That's it. That's everything you need to do. So you're basically done with the onboarding process. You have signed the agreement. You have created the account via the members area. You have sent the payment details. And now we're going to do a session about post onboarding timeline and processes, which is important. But basically, from now on, GB is going to take care of the client for you if that's what you want, unless you decided to go white label completely and want to take care of the client yourself and be a liaison between Green Banana and the client, which is also very cool and won't take a lot of your time and enables you a lot of control and knowledge over everything that's going on, which is always helpful for upsell, cross-sell, and dealing with issues. So next session, again, we're going to go through the process of after onboarding. See you on the next session. Okay. And of course, you can always reach out to Umbrella Support regarding any questions that you have. Thank you. Post-onboarding process. So we have managed to sign an agreement, we created an account, we sent the payment information to Green Banana, and now we're actually, we have onboarded, we did everything we need to do, and now we're in the post-onboarding process. Okay? Basically, Green Banana will now take over the fulfillment and possibly communication with the client, and this is something that I want us to talk about and understand, and also something that you need to completely align expectations with the client. So the first thing I want to go over with is a document we created for you that is called the timeline from onboarding to seeing results that you need to leave to the client or send to the client after signing an agreement. Go over this with the client, and the client needs to understand so we can align expectations. Okay, so let's go over this document first, see it from the client side, and then we can also talk about how we manage the post onboarding process from your side, the member side. So first up, the timeline from onboarding to seeing results document is for the client. It describes the next steps after onboarding. So the first step is obviously onboarding, signing an agreement, providing payment details, providing access to the site admin. That's onboarding. It's basically everything that we did in the first 3 stages: signing an agreement, creating an account in the Umbrella members area, and then sending the information via SendInc, the billing information. Second thing is confirming information. Now, Confirming information is something that Green Banana does. So after getting all the information from us, within 4 days, and usually sooner, of the onboarding, the client will receive email confirmation from the company. So in this situation, this goes back to everything we talked about. From the company, that email can come from Green Banana directly, or if you put your email when setting up the account, that email confirmation will come to you. You will send that email to the client. The client will answer it, reply to you, and you will reply to Green Banana. Again, I think it's very useful to be the middleman. It's not a lot of work. It's mainly in the onboarding and the first 1 or 2 weeks after onboarding. And you can control the entire process and be part of the loop, get all the information, understand that things have gone well and this has been launched successfully. Or you can put the client email in the onboarding form, and then basically the email confirmation will be sent to the client from Green Banana. The email confirmation is confirming the keyword phrases, admin FTP access, website, and requesting Google My Business, GMB, and Google Analytics login information. So basically Green Banana is saying, hey, we got these keywords from you, we got this admin access from you, we got this website for you, is this correct? Okay, great. If not, let us know. And the second thing they're asking is Google My Business and Google Analytics access to make them users. And if the client replies, I don't have a Google My Business or I don't have a Google Analytics, then Green Banana will just create one and communicate with the client on what they need to activate, right? They'll create the Google My Business for them, and they'll create the Google Analytics for them, and the client will get email from Google, and they will communicate with the client exactly what to do. And again, that communication can run through you or directly with the client. So once that's done, okay, and that happens within 4 days after onboarding, we have the third step, which is launching the SEO campaign. So Green Banana sent the confirmation information email. The client responded whatever they responded and provided all the information to Green Banana. 3 days after receiving the reply email, okay, there's a slight mistake here, from the client that they're confirming the details and providing the GMB information, the Google Analytics information, or asking Green Banana to create it for them, the client will get an SEO campaign launch confirmation email. Okay, so from the client perspective, again, after onboarding, first email they're getting within 4 days of onboarding is, hey, we got this information, please confirm that it's true and give us a GMB and Google Analytics information. 3 or 4 days after that, after answering that email, they're going to get an email saying, hey, we launched your SEO campaign, we start working on it. In that period of time, and in that time, Green Banana has actually started working on the campaign. 20 days after that, launching your SEO campaign email, they're going to get an email with the dashboard information, the reporting dashboard. So 20 days after the campaign launch date, they're going to get the dashboard reporting, allowing them to see real-time reporting as well as monthly reports. Now again, going back to the communication, if you put your email there, then the reporting dashboard access will get to you and you can forward it to the customer, and both of you will have access to the reporting dashboard. Okay? Now, in terms of aligning expectations with the client about seeing results, you should say that usually, and this is benchmark on past information, you should start seeing your first keyword being ranked within 2 months, and usually towards the second month. That being said, the client needs to take into consideration that we might be able to add one of their keywords, and it happens a lot, some of their keywords to the first page of Google within 2-3 weeks of launching the SEO campaign. So they should be ready to be billed on even the first month. They can get a bill even on the first month, okay, as we rank them on the first month. And obviously it can take longer than 2 months. This is a paper result SEO campaign. We do not have any guarantees. Usually within 2 months, maybe 3, maybe it's 4. We don't know. Maybe it's extremely highly competitive keywords and the client didn't agree to create a mix of very competitive, and medium competitive keywords, and that takes more time. Those are the 5 elements that you should align expectations with the client, all the things that are going to happen post signing the agreement, and what kind of results and when should they see the results. Saying that, there should be very, very limited communication from the client in this process. Okay, as I understand it, talking with the team at GB many times, because it's a pay-per-result SEO campaign, basically there is little communication. GB is doing all the work. If the client has content, then they already deliver the content in the setup and signing process, or 10 days afterwards. If they don't have content, or if they delivered everything that they have, everything moving forward basically is done by GB, and the results are in the pudding, because the client is not paying for a specific service. The client can come in and say, "Hey, I saw you did ABC. Why didn't you do E?" If they have some SEO experience, and the answer is very straightforward. The answer is, "Look, we're a pay-per-result company. We don't think we need to do that to create results for you." Okay, so it's not service-based, right? It's result-based. So it's very limited communication from now on, basically via the dashboard and invoices. And I think you can run the communication through you and have more control of the entire process and understanding everything that happens, or you can run it directly between Green Banana and the customer. In any situation, the communication between Green Banana and the customer, or the communication between you and Green Banana, should be 100% limited to the fulfillment of SEO services for the client. Okay, general billing, ops, tech questions should go directly to the umbrella team if it's regarding your program or the account. Okay, but if, for example, the client wants to ask something about their specific campaign regarding the fulfillment of the campaign, for example, they saw something appear on their website which shouldn't be there, they can reach out directly to Green Banana, or they can reach out to you and you can reach out to Green Banana. That's 100% okay. But if, for example, you're going into your members area and for some reason you can't onboard a customer, there is a tech issue, then you send an email to our support team at Umbrella, and obviously with basically any question beside consultation on keywords or issues specifically with a specific running campaign, everything goes to Umbrella Support, support@umbrellaus.com, or go to the support tab in the left navigation bar of your members area. You should white label this document with your own logo or trade name and obviously your details, and provide it to the customer via email or face-to-face if you're meeting with them. So this is basically, we went through everything that happens after onboarding from the client perspective, and I also chimed into this, if you notice, whatever is all the things that can happen with you, the member. You, the member, if you're inside this process and you're liaisoning between Green Banana and the customer, then you should expect, sending back and forth a few emails, the confirmation email, the launching SEO campaign, the reporting, and maybe answering some result-related questions. Not a lot of work, and basically all your work probably gets done in the first 2-3 weeks of setting up. Or you can connect GB, directly with the client and basically just follow up with the client directly, making sure that at least they got started and everything is okay. And of course, you can always reach out to Umbrella Support regarding any questions that you have. Thank you.